Good morning. It's 2ish. Sure, morning works. Currently laying in bed. Like I said, I wanted to push these back to closer to when I go to sleep so that I can just encompass the whole day. And today that meant I just wanted to lay down. I was just ready to lay down. I've still got to be awake long enough to make sure this is... When I say process, I usually, at the very least, I drop the file size to keep it from taking 3 hours to upload. But occasionally I'll throw a filter on it, or like with these front cam things, I have to flip it. Because it'll bother me if it's not. But you'll pardon me if I just lay here with my eyes closed and recount the day. Pretty good one. Again, last night just went to bed afterwards, which was the whole point. And, you know, anyway, yeah. Really lazy day. Didn't really do anything. Yesterday downloading Phantasy Star Online 2 just to give it a shot, and it took forever to download because it was like a 70 gig download or something ridiculous, like the biggest download I've ever seen in Steam. And I remember XCOM 2 being pretty big. I think it was XCOM 2. It might have been the dev kit for XCOM 2. At one point I was gonna do like my own voice pack, mostly just for me and my friend. Just for shits and giggles. And if it was something easy enough to do, I was gonna have them send me voice clips as well. I don't know, but like I just never got around to it. And the it's not a dev kit, the SPK tool, I don't remember. I've only ever learned to work one of those tools, and that one was the one for Civ 4, so I could do you know, just entire CPU battles for fun with all of the mods that I had installed. My favorite was I had this extensive Mass Effect mod, and it was just like it was all of the council races, along with most of the supporting races. Like, I don't think I had a Hanar one, but like I know I had like Volus and the Quarians and the Geth, and I think the Drell as well. Pretty much anybody that was represented by a party member. So your council races, Krogan, Quarian, Drell, Geth. Like I said, I believe there was Volus. I'm pretty sure there was Elcor. There may have been Hanar, and I'm just not remembering it. But it was like Cerberus was its own entity. But basically, I just did this giant Civ game where I had the Reapers and the Collectors on a single team, and then everybody else on their own. Because if I put them all on their own, if I didn't do that, then it was just over so quickly. But like, Reapers start with a giant capital ship, no matter what time period you start in. So like everyone else is sticks and clubs, and you've got this Reaper. The Reapers have this one giant capital ship. They're permanently at war with all other any civilization that's not on their team, I think. And that's why the team thing wasn't really fair, because it meant like all 8 or 9 other civilizations were immediately at war and united. But that's not a true Mass Effect experience. You've got to let them squabble amongst themselves while, unbeknownst to them, this giant spider thing destroys everything in its path. Anyway, going back to large downloads. Yeah, it did most of it overnight. Like, more than I thought it would do. Like, it downloaded like 55 gigs overnight, and frankly, I'm impressed. So while I was waiting for it to finish up the day, and of course, when I opened it, it being an MMO, it has its own launcher, and its launcher had to do a full file check, which took about an hour, and then it had to download a couple of more things, which didn't take long. But while I was waiting, I played more Death Stranding. Still just dicking around. I'm running out of things I want to do, but at the same time, it's still just kind of fun to dick about. Though I have spent way too much time in the mountains for my liking. I have gone through many shoes. I'm on it once SFO. FFP. No, not F. F is not for fan. It is for fantasy, but not in this case. Fantasy Star on. Okay, ESO, because while, you know, the correct spelling of fantasy is with an F, Fantasy Star Online spells their fantasy with a PH. There we go. And it's been fun. I might be talking out of my ass here, but I'm pretty sure this is basically a revival of an older MMO, I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it is, based on the state of the launcher, which, while being perfectly functional and easy enough to parse, like, just the fonts in the settings menu and the way it phrases some things just screams 2005 at me for some reason. But like, the game itself looks great. The cutscenes are a little jarring, but only because I'm playing in English for 2 reasons. 1, that's just easier, and 2, the subtitles are so small. They are so small. They're like the like when you're watching a commercial, the text of the subtitles here are like the copyright and like terms and conditions apply text at really small at the bottom of the commercial. It's really that small, and I've jacked up the font size, and it's not much better. It's just gone from looking like the fine print to, you know, copyright so and so you see at the bottom of like movie posters and stuff. It's just they're so small that I would not be able to read them, and I can't turn them up individually without, making the HUD a mess. Because, like, right now it fits the screen perfectly. It's, everything is wonderfully visible without being cluttered, and if I bump it up again, it's going to be cluttered. But the subtitles are still just so tiny. They are the smallest text I have encountered in the game, and that makes no sense to me. But still, I'm having fun with it. Having a lot of fun with it. I've only really played one Phantasy Star game, I'm pretty sure. I played it on a 360, and I could have sworn it might have been the original Phantasy Star Online. I don't know. Or had a different subtitle. I put, like, because I remember it being Phantasy Star Online 2 for some reason, or maybe it was just called Phantasy Star 2 Online. I don't know. It was definitely, if, it wasn't this game. I know that for sure. I don't remember a lot about that game, except it started off with some dude on a hoverboard, and like he has a little sister, and there's this attack on his city or something, and like they don't have a dad or something. I don't know if he's dead or a bum, or I can't remember. But like there's an attack on the city, he gets separated from his sister, he fights his way to his sister. Meanwhile, his sister is saved and protected by a military, and so this kid joins the military, and his commanding officer is a woman. And I don't remember much about her character except that she was the strict young teacher stereotype from anime. And her commanding officer liked to grab her ass. Very much a Master Roshi type. She would beat the shit out of him every time, but he would still play grab ass with her. So, that's all I remember about that game. Well, I also remember the female character either was some kind of princess or royal or high authority figure, or at the very least heavily resembled one that you end up protecting, or something in the... I don't know. We're talking early 2000s for me. I was like maybe 12. This literally could have been not 20. It literally could have been 15 years ago. This was over half my lifetime ago. I also shaved my mustache in hopes that it'll come back in darker. And my top lip is cold. And with my current beard, I look kind of like a young Mr. Gibbs from Pirates of the Caribbean. And I only say that because I have color in my hair, and I'm pretty sure he didn't. Or maybe it was just black. I don't know. In which case, I am a red-bearded Mr. Gibbs. Because I don't think he wore the mustache. He didn't have a mustache either. And he's just the first person that comes to mind, just a beard, no mustache. But I could be misremembering that too. But yeah, that's all there really is for today. Probably gonna continue playing Phantasy Star Online tomorrow. That should be fun. We shall see what the day brings. I'll catch you all then.